Can you take it out? You can use the chair. Use the chair. That's fine. Use the chair. Keep with you that and find another one. We do. Okay. Good evening. Q&A session. Oh, the first question, what is the word to tendencies in Pali? Anusaya. Anusaya. Tendency. Sangyojana, anusaya, no, sorry, actually sangyojana. That's a sangyojana. 10 tendency, that's a sangyojana. Anusaya is, what is the English word for anusaya? Underlying tendency, yes. Underlying tendencies are anusaya. Tendencies are sangyojana. Very similar, subtle things to recognize, even more subtle. That's a sangyojana. Question about own livelihood. What about money lending? Right livelihood, understand to right livelihood. This is the simple formula that we can use from Ambalattika Rahula Sutta in Majjhima Nikaya. First, think about whether it is harmful to you, to others, to both. If it is harmful, don't do it. It is wrong livelihood. What does means harmfulness? Harmfulness means increase in your desire, increase in your anger, increase in your ignorance. So you can lend money. That's fine. If you are asking interest, that's the problem. If you are lending money to someone to thinking to double your money, that's the problem, because desire is there. You can lend money, but if there is a hidden things with you which regarding desire or any other greedy thoughts, then it is not right livelihood. Lending money with hidden thought which regarding desire, then it is wrong livelihood. Question about not killing. What about killing your pet? Also call enthusiasm. There are so many arguments about this last moment decisions. If someone willing to get that shot, they think, okay, that's good. Otherwise, that person going to suffer a lot. That's why we want to help that person to finish the life. Having that thoughts as a seal they are helping to kill someone. It's killing. There are few things there should be to kill. No, as an animal being, no, you know he is or she is a living beings. You know that. That's the first one. The knowing. Second thing, you have a thoughts to kill. Second thing, you have a thoughts to kill. Thoughts arise in which regarding your ignorance, desire, or hatred. So then you have killing thoughts there. And using a technique, you are using kind of techniques. You try to inject or put in electric shot or whatever. That is the technique that you're going to, and kill as a result of this process. You're complete in all these four things. Whenever, whatever name you are complete in these four things, you're breaking that precepts. The life belongs to the nature, not belongs to you, not belongs to anyone else. The life is the results of this nature, including the karma. Karma is a natural law. No one have ownership for that. We're not supposed to disturb that natural law, universal law. We have to respect the universal law, natural law. If someone if someone don't care the natural law, then they are breaking the precepts. So therefore, whatever the words there would be, we have to get that formula to recognize whether it is wholesome or unwholesome, to understand whether it is wholesome or unwholesome. We don't have rights to take life from others. Even that person does not have that rights to take life himself, because the life not belongs to even that person. Even your life not belongs to you. That's why suicide is wrong. You can decorate your ears from here to here using gold or gems, but you don't have rights to take this one out, even in general law. Why? This ear not belongs to you. It belongs to the nature. So we have to respect that natural law. Therefore, we are not supposed to disturb others' life in any way. I have read letters who did in their last moment, particularly people who using chemicals, who were using chemicals. More than 100 letters was there. While I was in the university, I got that opportunity to read those letters. Most of those letters is starting with happy thoughts. I'm going to die, then such a person can be happy because of my death. Something like that. All these letters from in Sri Lanka, not in here. So they have some kind of, if they have some kind of personal issues or some kind of breaking up relationship, something like that, they do commit suicide. So particularly who use chemicals to kill themselves, they had been writing some letters to give that message to their family or friends. So reading through these 100 letters, I have been noticing at the beginning they had to start that letter with happy thoughts. But at the end, it's mean when that chemical get effect to the body, that happiness is not more there. As I remember, some letters, I saw some letters, please, they are pledging their life. Please help me to go to hospital. Someone will come and take me. They are pledging, they are asking, they are begging, they are thinking some support even about the superpowers. Why? The beginning, they have happy feelings. Oh, I'm going to die. Then everybody can be happy who hurt me. But exactly that person is starting to experience that death, then they don't like it. They don't like it. They can do whatever they can do at the last moment to get rid of that difficult situation. So this is the nature. This is the mundane nature. That's why Buddha said, Sabbe tasanti dandasa sabbe bhayanti machuno. No one like to get any punishment. No one like to die. Sabbe bhayanti machuno. Attanang upamang kattana hanayana gate. So take you as an example. Don't hurt others. Don't try to kill others. If you don't like, then how others like it? There's no way to help others to kill themselves, to take their life. Because the nature is completely different. At the last moment, that person was not able to tell us what is happening, but he had done his last will while he was in good condition. That's the mistake. So, what about that healthcare proxy? It does not matter. We have to think about the feelings of that person who is facing the last moment of their life. They don't like, they don't want to die. That is the reality. It is a universal truth because we are living with ignorance, desire, and hatred. We did not eliminate all these things. Therefore, we like to have our life. So we don't have any opportunities to help someone to kill. Even the living animals, it does not matter. I mean, we have troubles. Oh, that person is poor, he's suffering a lot. That problem in our mind, not that person. That is not with the pets who is dying. That's problem with us. That is our ignorance. So that is our desire. Therefore, they are not responsible for that. My encourage, my suggestions for you not to involve any of these killing or whatever the words that they have. Don't think about the words, because in psychologies and biologies, they have very beautiful words for these kind of things. Not the important words are not important. Action is very important with their mind. So therefore, don't involve any of these things as much as you can. I don't know, according to your responsibility, what kind of responsibility you have. Is not doubt take us to inquire, so to find out for ourselves, as Buddha tell us. Doubt, the word doubt that we use with the 5 hindrances is different. 5 hindrances, doubt, when we are talking about doubt is directly connect with desire, anger, and ignorance. That is the doubt that we have in 5 hindrances. But generally, we have doubt. That doubt, we don't know exactly whether it is connecting with unwholesome roots or not. Likewise, if someone meeting as first time, then you have kind of interest to know about, know the name about that person, where he is coming, what professions he is. All these queries, questions are there with you. Those things does not connected with desire. Those things does not connected with anger or any other unwholesome thoughts. Those are very general. Doubt is there. Doubt is there. But doubt, that general word that we are using in the day-to-day life, and the doubt that we are talking in 502 difference. Therefore, to recognize, think about the roots, where the roots are coming about regarding that doubts. Then you can recognize whether it is useful or useless. So generally, we might have doubts for many things. That doubt, if it is not regarding desire, ignorance, then that's fine. But really, you have to analyze it and understand it. It's completely dependent on your situation. There were monks who argue the teachings of the Buddha. Even today, we have debates. For example, I have debates and arguments about Mahamangala Sutta, Blessing Discourse, Asevana cha balanam, Panditanam cha sevana. In this stanza, they translate into English as don't associate foolish, associate wise. My argument is this is discrimination. Don't associate foolish, associate wise. How we can do that? The Buddha is the most compassionate person. Does he say, oh, don't associate that foolish one, he is foolish? What about his compassion? The great compassion. No. Don't associate foolishness. You can associate that person, does not matter. But don't get his foolishness to you. That is the point that Buddha mentioned there. Not only that, to prove that, there are some other explanations that we can use. In Anguttara Nikaya Tikka Nipata, Buddha had explained the nature, the qualities of the foolish one. Where are the fears starting? Because of foolish one. Where are the fears starting? Because of the foolish one. In Dhammapada, there's a stanza, Putta matti dhanam matti iti balo vihanyati. The way how the foolish one think about the world. I have wealth, Putta, I have son and daughter, I have children. I have wealth, I have children. If someone pondering like this, increase in their conceit, it is the way how foolish look like. To recognize foolish one. The Buddha said in Dhammapada. So then, your mother would be foolish one. Your father would be foolish one. Your son, your own son would be foolish. Your own daughter would be foolish. Your brother would be foolish. Your husband would be foolish. Your wife would be foolish. Your own son or daughter would be foolish. Your friend would be foolish. Your professor would be foolish. Your boss in the office, he would be foolish. Foolishness is there with their spiritual foolishness. They can get rid of their foolishness through practice to develop in their inside. Otherwise, foolishness would remain with them, whoever. Then, if your mother or father has that foolishness with them, how you can stay without associate them? Is it possible? No, it's possible. In Singalovada Sutta, Buddha advised, you have to treat your mother and father, whoever your mother, whoever your father, it does not matter. There are 5 ways you have to treat your mother and father. Buddha advice. It doesn't mention whether think your mother is foolish or not. It does mention. You have to treat them. You have to help them. You have to take care of them. That is your obligation. So then, how you can stay without associating them, recognizing them as a foolish? So the meaning is, don't associate me, don't associate their unwholesome quality, unwholesomeness, not the person. So this is my doubt. Is it wrong? No, I have this. I'm curious, and using other information, I have this doubt, and I'm ready to argue myself. This is Dhammachanda. This is not to increase my conceit. This is not to going into wrong directions. These doubts I have to find the real path. So therefore, we have to think about, when you have doubt, we have to think about the roots. Where are these doubts coming? Then you can recognize yourself, whether you are in right directions or wrong directions. Right path or wrong path, wholesomeness or unwholesomeness. You can recognize it. So, next question. And other things I would like to add. In Vimansaka Sutta, the Buddha delivered a sutta. Buddha had mentioned, as Buddhist follower, you should clean your mind all the time if you have any doubt. You have to make questions. If you don't have a doubt, you don't have a questions. You are putting here some questions because of your doubts and because of your curious. So, to clean that. And in Vimansaka Sutta, Buddha said, even if you have something regarding myself, which means the Buddhahood, you ask it. So, the teachings of the Buddha very open, is completely dependent on scientific method. So therefore, you should have some kind of doubts regarding your practice, regarding your applications. Yeah, it's nature. It's not something unusual. It's usual things. So we don't have any questions that you're not supposed to ask. There are some questions, 10 questions that Buddha did not answer. You're not supposed to ask those questions from me, because Buddha did not answer. Otherwise, all other things, yes, we have to ask, we have to make our statements, we have to share that our knowledge, experience, to come to conclusion and to find the real answer. So, to open mind means there should be doubt. There should be doubt. Then you can go following that steps to find the reality. Therefore, doubts, to decide doubts, whether it is harmful or useful, you have to see the roots. The next question. Can you please further explain rites and rituals? Amisa and Pratipatti Puja, offering Buddha Puja, other rituals. Where do we find the right way, how, what rituals are approached and wholesome? is very good things. Rituals and Buddha Puja, two different things according to my explanation. I don't do Buddha Puja as a ritual. If we are doing some rituals blindly, without see the results, that kind of things are rituals. You are asking something with the rituals. Mostly rituals are similar to prayers. I do Buddha Puja. I have a pure thoughts about the Buddha's qualities. When the time comes to eat myself, the first person of that food I would like to offer to the Buddha as a token to respect his qualities. I am using even that opportunity to memorize his qualities. That is the meaning of Buddha Puja. You can see the meaning of the stanzas that we use during our chanting. Are we asking anything from the Buddha? Giving food? I'm offering these things for Buddha. Please give me these things. We are asking. Please protect us. We ask. Oh. Even that moment we are using to increase our qualities. For example, offering flower to the Buddha. I mean, flower is a symbol. If you have someone love, if there is someone that you like very much, if someone there is that help you very much, to show gratitude to that person, we're ready to offer flower. Generally, we give flowers to your friends, but we offer flowers to the Buddha. In that moment, we use Puppam Milayati Yataidam. These flowers are fragrant, beautiful. I'm offering these things in front of you, but I know the nature of this flower. This flower would be die very soon, same as my body. This body also very fresh now, is more energetic, but I know one day, very soon, the energy will disappear from me. This body would die as a useless log very soon. What are those? Positive energy. We develop positive energy, thinking about the nature, respecting the nature. So we use Buddha Puja as to practice Buddhanusati. That is the real meaning of Buddha Puja. Even though our dining time we use to respect Buddha, for what? Why we want to respect? Because of his teaching, we got opportunity to think about wholesomeness and unwholesomeness. He saw the path to find the wholesomeness, and he saw the path to develop our right effort, develop our mindfulness, develop our concentration. He gave us the guidance to attain enlightenment, to see things as they are. So now I'm very happy. I'm in very good conditions, in good states. So thank you very much for your teaching. In my lunchtime and breakfast time, I'm taking opportunity to respect and recall the qualities that he had. He already developed himself. So this is the meaning of Buddha Puja. It is not ritual for me, but the reality, in common sense, yes, around the world, it is a ritual. It has become as a ritual. Because people who perform these kind of meritorious deeds, they don't know the way how Buddha explain. There's a story in the Buddhist history I would like to share with you. There were two friends. They were living together in their lay life. Both of them were very spiritual. Listening to Buddha, they wanted to get into the order. They want to become monk. One person was quite old, other one is very young, even though they were very good friends. So they both went to temple and found a teacher. With the help of that teacher, they get into the order. They became monk. Then they both make a decision themselves what they should do. The young one said, I can study more. My memory is still good. I have enough time. Therefore, I would like to learn all the teachings that Buddha already did. This happened during the Buddha's time. The other one promised to his other friend, I don't have much time. I'm quite old now. I can't memorize suttas and things. Therefore, I'm not going to learn any of teachings. I'm going to practice. I'm going to meditate. I'm going to develop Sila Samadhi Prajna. That's it. Then both of them separated each other. They both went to different temples. They were practicing in their way. Few years later, they both thought to meet again and get to know about their practice and what they had done. They both exchanging message, and then one day they met in a place where the Buddha was. Then they started to talk about things, what they did. The young one who started to learn teachings of the Buddhas and suttas asked from his other friend who was quite old, did you read this sutta? Sorry, I never get a chance. How about that sutta? Sorry, I did not get a chance. Do you know this one? Newly delivered by the Buddha? No, Venerable sir. I did not listen to anyone. I did not get a chance. Oh, what have you done? Living as a monk so far, few years now. You don't gain nothing. You don't learn anything. What have you done? You're just wasting your time. That young monk was blaming to that old monk. Because they were very close friends. I mean, they were trying to help each other. Somehow, that old monk who was practicing, applying the method to day-to-day life, he was liberated from samsara. He was attained enlightenment. But that young monk was not able to understand him. Somehow, at the end, there was another monk and went to Buddha, explained the situation, what is happening here with these two friends. Then Buddha appeared in front of them. Then Buddha declared, this is my real son who practiced Dhamma. This person who's take care in others' animals, is like a person who's take care in others' animals, not belongs to him. Reading and discussing, keeping all these things in mind, but he don't use for himself. But this person is my real son, the Buddha declared. He's already attained enlightenment. He appreciated, the Buddha appreciated about his achievements. Buddha did not appreciate about this person's memories. So, who are practicing, who are performing rituals, in here, there is a big question mark. There is a big things to think about ourselves. So through the rituals, what we can gain? Even Buddha did not appreciate the person who's tried to learn all the discourses. But we should do that. Otherwise, how we can find guidance? But Buddha did not appreciate it even. But modern teachers, what they like, if their students, if they follow all their teachings and if they know very well their teachings, modern teachers, they like. But Buddha did not like that person. What Buddha said, not just memorize my teachings, you have to apply benefits for yourself. That is the best way. This is the Patipada. This is the Patipada. So without applying the message of the Buddha, teachings of the Buddha, what we can gain? Nothing. So Buddha Puja also, we have to use, we have to connect with the teachings of the Buddha to practice, So other rituals means if there is some kind of offerings or anything which not can count into Noble Eightfold Path, those all are rituals. If there is something which regarding Noble Eightfold Path, that's not ritual. It is the path, it is the practice, Patipada. But if there is something which not belongs to this Noble Eightfold Path, those things we can consider as rituals. This is the very simple explanation that I can give about rituals. So then, offering beds to the Mahasaya, the big pagoda in Sri Lanka, Ruangalisaya, is it in here Noble Eightfold Path? No, then real rituals. Going around the Botri, is it in here Noble Eightfold Path? No, it's rituals. So therefore, to recognize what are the rituals, what are the not, is very easy. Put into Noble Eightfold Path. If there is a space in Noble Eightfold Path, then those are not rituals. If there is no space in Noble Eightfold Path, definitely rituals. So this is the way how we can recognize rituals. That is not wrong. It means you purify in your mind. Imina punya kammena, with the help of these meritorious deeds. Mame bala samagamo, I may not have associate with police one. It is a great wishes. We can make wishes, purify in our mind and staying with that spiritual background. So we are making wishes and we are sharing merits with the departed one. We are sharing merits with other living beings. All these are regarding practicing generosity. Those are practicing generosity, increasing your loving kindness thoughts. So very important, I may not have associate police one. This is very important. Why? It's a great blessings. Don't associate police in blessing discourse. The first one. There was a discussions with Buddha and Venerable Ananda. Once Venerable Ananda said to the Buddha, Venerable Sir, This dispensation completely depending, 50% depending on friends. Then Buddha said, don't say Ananda, don't say so, Ananda. This dispensation, teachings of the Buddha, completely 100% depending on friends. Kalyana mittata. There are 4 qualities that you should have to attain stream entry, Sotapanna. One is Kalyana mitta. If you don't have good friends, wise friends, you may not be able to listen to Dhamma, discuss Dhamma, to get support. Therefore, we have to make that wishes. It is not ritual. It is our practice. Oh, what is the difference between the mind and the mind consciousness? Can a being exist without other forms of consciousness? Without mind consciousness? For example, starfish has nervous systems without a brain. Can it be feeling touch without a mind? Okay, this is a huge things. The difference, the mind and mind consciousness. In Abhidhamma, there are two kind of explanations about Chitta and Chaitasika. Consciousness is kind of, active situation. Consciousness is kind of active situation. As you know, we ready to look at or see pictures through eyes. To see pictures, we need eye consciousness. Without eye consciousness, there is no way to see the pictures. We hear sounds through our ears. To hear sounds, we need ear consciousness. The consciousness, the mind consciousness is kind of active situation of your mind, which connecting with your body and mind connection. So, there is no consciousness without mind. No connections without mind. Consciousness without mind. Consciousness is a state which regarding your active mind. Eye consciousness is the situation your mind is active with the help of your eye. Ear consciousness means your mind is connecting with outside object through your ear. So consciousness means kind of active situation of your mind. Mind means the huge things. Consciousness means one of active situation. This is my personal views. This explanation you couldn't find in the books. Through my experience and knowledge, I can explain like this. And other things, can being exist without with other forms of consciousness? If we are talking about any living beings, the main thing is consciousness or mind. Without mind, if there is beings, we don't consider them as a living beings. That's why, as I mentioned yesterday, about plants are not considered as living beings. Those are living things, not living beings, because it does not have mind. And considering about biology, there are some living beings who don't have brain. It does not mean they don't have mind. According to the Mahatanha Sankhya Sutta, there are three things. The consciousness is very important thing is there. Consciousness means mind. Mind and physical body get together, then you can see a living being. If there is something happening with that mind which connected with that physical form, then you can see a dead body. Mind departing from that physical form, then it becomes a dead body. In Dhammapada it says, Achirang vatayang kayo pataving adisesati chuddho apeta viññāno. Chuddho apeta viññāno. The mind departed from the physical form, then how would be the nature of that body? That body would lie on ground as a useless log. The dead body does have all the bases. Eye is there, nose is there, tongue is there, ear is there, but that body does not take any outside objectives. Even though it has eye, no sight. Even though it has a ear, no sounds. Tongue is there, but no taste. Body is there, no any tangible object. So all these become neutral because the mind has departed from that body. So therefore, if we are considering about any living beings, that living beings means mind and body, mind and the physical form should be together. So brain is another thing. But as we know, Western psychologists, biologists, they believe brain is the mind. No. According to Buddhist explanation, brain or heart is not the mind. But to function, your mind mainly gets support from your brain and heart. That is something else. These organs are very important to work to the mind, but mind and these organs are two separate things. Brain belongs to your physical parts, mind not belongs to your physical body, physical form. It's completely non-material, non-physical. So therefore, there would be some living beings without brain. In human world, there are some humans who don't have brain. Huh? You have met. So therefore, brain or heart, we don't want to consider to think about their mind. Okay. I think I read that ill will and sensual desire are only reduced at second level of enlightenment and completely eliminated in the third level. Is that wrong? Ill will and sensual desire are only reduced at second level. Ill will and sensual desire eliminate in second level. Rupa raga, arupa raga are control, reduce in second level. Other also, I mean, when you attain in Sotapanna, even avidya is controlling in some degrees. Everything happening because of avidya. We have Sakkaya Ditti, direct connection is there with avidya, ignorance. So, attaining Sotapanna stream enter, you completely eliminate that part, only that part. Only that part means me, my, myself, the concept of me, my, myself, the concept I, completely eliminate. But avijja is there. So desire and sensual desire and ill will completely eliminating, attaining the second stream entry or non-return level. Non-return, sorry, once return level is completely eliminated. I have a letter. Now the question. This look like very important about right livelihood. The question is very long, but I'm trying to understand myself first. You say things that you too will tell customers, which is not true. Advertisements, example, we all know that Coca-Cola or some foods, soups, I think we have some of the employees have tell there was a customers. Yes, in this modern world, actually this is very complicated. Doing a job in the particular companies, not each and every companies has kind of secret things. Just think about food industry. They have processed food. Processed food is healthy. Not only that, there is a research done by Cleveland Medical School almost 10, 15 years ago. They published as eating. They had been finding so many things about our food system, diet system. The first things about that research, as I remember, to get recover very soon with cancer, diabetic, cholesterol, pressure, those kind of sicknesses, if you can apply natural food system, which is very supportable. I don't know, they said in their research. But which doctor say so? Is there any doctor that you can find? Explain to their patients to go to natural food? Very rare. There are some doctors. Don't offend me. There are some doctors, they explaining, really helping to their patients. But generally, they don't give this message to their patients. Is it right livelihood? We have a big question mark. Because right livelihood means it should support to your living conditions. There is no any clue regarding hatred, no clue regarding desire. That much clear, clean thoughts should be there with right livelihood. The actions that you do, the way that you are living. But you can be honest in your job as much as you can. But you have to protect your job too. If you're going to tell the truth, your boss may not like it. He might say, you're not the right person for this job. You have to find another one. Same thing with, in the food industry or any other places, they don't tell real truth. As mentioned in here, Coca-Cola or any other sweet drinks are completely chemicals. But none of them say so. They don't want to share their thoughts with others. I have a good experience. You might heard about the game cricket. It is a British game. It's a national game of the British in England. Even in Sri Lanka, is very famous with cricket. In Sri Lanka, there was a famous cricketer. When we were teenager, that person was the most popular person in Sri Lanka. He's a good cricketer, Sanath Jayasuriya. So, using his popularity, milk powder company made the advertisement, taking some pictures and videos from his sixers. Sixers, that means that the highest things. So, young people and everybody like him, and looking at his, showing that sixers, and then there's advertisement, oh, I did this because of this. They saw their production, the milk production, milk powder. One day, somehow, there was a ceremony in the school. I was invited to that ceremony. I was sitting in that ceremony. Next to me, that person was there. Next to me, that person was there. Then, while we were having some discussions, I asked from him, in that advertisement, you say you are able to, at that time he retired, you were able to play cricket wonderfully using sixers and forerunners. Is that true? Did you drink that milk? Then he was laughing me, Bante. No way to drink milk when we were kids, because my family was poor. Every day morning, my mother prepared kolakanda for us. Kolakanda means kind of using herbals. They made soup. That is the thing that we had. Then I asked, what about this advertisement? They pay for me. So this is the reality. This is the reality. Then that person can share that reality with others. This is not right livelihood, because completely fake. This is happening around the world. Just think about any productions that you create. Someone create. Just think about the some company made the. Just think about washing powder or some kind of soap. The advertisement, what they say is, they're going to find the beauteous lady and taking that lady, paying for her, asking to tell to others, I'm using this soap. That's why I'm beauty. This happening. This happening around the world. Is that true? It's completely lying them. It's wrong. But it's happening around the world. There was another incident while I was in New York. Someone came to me and introduced her. She's a modeler. She's in so many advertisements and things. So they said, I did not watch anything. So I did not know anything about that lady. So then that person saw me. This is one of the advertisements that she's in. And looking at that advertisement, she's like someone just came from the heaven. That much beautiful. But actual situation is not there. I was surprised and I asked again, is that her? There's no reality. Then where we can find right livelihood? Completely fake in this world, everything. So right livelihood is very good challenge for us. That's why the Buddha said we have upstream journey. We have to go against the waves, not with the waves. Therefore, in Noble8Fold Path, most difficult thing is to find right livelihood. Most difficult things, particularly in this 21st century. In this 21st century, it's not easy. When you go to buy something from the market, the people who are working there, if you have any questions regarding the productions, what would be their answer? The people who are giving the answer for you, completely not the reality. Even when you go to bank, the banker is not telling you the truth. When you are putting money to the bank, depositing money in your accounts, are they explaining what they're going to do with the money? How much they can earn through your money? Do they explain it? No way. Sorry, we don't have any interest for this one because, just we are protecting your money. This might be the explanation. I don't know exactly what they're saying, but reality is in here. That is the reality. But taking your money, they are earning money, without explaining the way how they earn money. So everywhere, it's very difficult, it's very challenging for us to live rightly. Right livelihood is very difficult things. Next one, if you are a soldier, we know that if you are serving as a medical staff or clerk, cook it, but how about if you open piloting the bombing plane or you a soldier in the front line? This is also kind of a topic that we are talking around the world. Soldiers in Sri Lanka, we had war more than 30 years. Most of soldiers who were there in front line were Buddhist, coming from Buddhist family. And so then killing, definitely they have to kill because they are in war battle. In the battle, facing to the terrorists or whatever who are coming against to them, they have weapons, they have to kill. All these things happening, then how we can consider with the right livelihood about these kind of jobs? There's a big question mark. There is advice given by the Buddha. You're not supposed to involve with the ruler's methods to criticize it or to blame them or go against them, because that is completely different things. What the rulers do is completely different things. We're not supposed to mix with political things and the religion or the way of life according to the Buddhist explanation. But the reality is, if your mind is connecting with unwholesome roots, then your action is wrong. You are not doing right livelihood. But according to the right livelihood explanation, Buddha did not mention becoming an army soldier is not right livelihood. Buddha did not mention it. Why? The army is one of important agency in the country. Protect from other enemies and protect from other kind of disasters. Army is the army already trained for these kind of emergency situation. Therefore, army is important for the country. That's why Buddha did not mention it is not right livelihood. It is not as a right livelihood. Buddha did not mention that. So therefore, getting into army is not something going against the teachings of the Buddha. But if you are involved with killing, not indirectly, you are involved with the unwholesome activities. Why? Why I say so, not indirect? Because you have commands. Someone is commanding you to do it. You have to follow that commands. There's a rules and regulations. You must follow the rules there. You must follow. That is not your desire. You have to obey the rules there. That's why it's happening indirectly. That is something else. But Buddha did not mention as wrong livelihood. Get into army or navy or something. I already answered about these things about killing animals. How does punya help in liberation if it is not directly lead to nibbana? How does punya help in liberation if it is not directly lead to nibbana? Punya means meritorious deed. So meritorious deeds are helpful to practice ourselves. Practice ourselves means to keep our healthy life. If you are not healthy, you are not able to practice generosity. You're not able to practice, you may not be able to practice generosity, you may not be able to practice meditation, you may not be able to practice precepts if you're not healthy. Healthiness is a result of your merits that you accumulated. It's one reason. Not there are many reasons. Therefore, punya is very important to have our basic requests like to have a shelter, to have a healthy life, to have something to eat, to have something to protect ourselves from sun and dust, all these natural things. So having that background, physical background, which is supportive for your practice, is very important for us. So that is the results of punya. So this is the way that we can get indirect support from punya to attain enlightenment, to increase your practice, develop your practice. How can a soldier avoid killing in a war if he is a Buddhist? There is no way to avoid killing if you are a soldier. You have to obey the order of your commander. You can't say, I'm Buddhist, therefore I'm not killing anyone. You can't say. Then they will kill you. But before joining army, you can make a decision. That is something else. But getting into becoming army soldier means you are not in wrong livelihood. That is something else, okay? To support a business is by unwholesome livelihood against the noble path. Explain buying meat at the market. buying meat, there is no problem with that. Buying meat because you are not killing. You just go there to buy things that they already have. But you have to be very careful. If you are buying things with full of desire, oh, I want to eat that particular meat, having that desire and starving with that desire, if you are going to buy things, then you are in trouble because you are burning yourself with that desire. Otherwise, oh, there's a market, you just go there, you buy things, what they have there. You don't have any desire or any kind of, thoughts, very deeper level thoughts. I want to eat definitely this meat, something like that. Then it's not against Noble8FoldPath. So it's not a wrong livelihood either. You don't have to worry about. You go there to buy things, just you are buying. But you have to watch your mind, not to increase your desire, not to increase your anger or any other unwholesome thoughts. You have to take care of it, that part. That's why in Sinhala idiom says, Upaya danno apaya novatenno. Who know the techniques, they can avoid the hell. So be wise and use techniques all the time to protect yourself. To protect yourself. I think that would be enough for today. Still, I have more questions. I will try to answer all these questions tomorrow. If I am not able to answer all these questions tomorrow, I will answer all these questions following day, if you are here. So otherwise, we have to come back again. Okay, then thank you very much. Take a break and come back to meditation hall to practice meditation. Thank you.